Hello. I am going to do a big announcement today. Now, if I was smart, I'd probably leave the announcement until the end, but I'm not that smart, so here we go. I'm going to give the game away. You should be able to get the game for free as of now. I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to tell you how to get it, I'm going to tell you how you can get involved in this. So I'll make this as fast as possible. I did a video beforehand, and that video was about kind of like the past of the game, the future, what I want to do with it, and I'm going to link that like here or here. I don't know. I've never done it. I don't even know how to do it, but we'll figure that out. So as part of that, I was talking about that I need to change the license. I talked about the OGL and how it kind of like really got to me, and I've been thinking about that ever since, about what's the right move to do. And the right move to do for me, it appears, is actually going to be the hardest one to do. So very small bit of history here. When the OGL happened, as I've said before, and it broke my heart, we had this massive corporation deciding that they were going to take our game off us, and we were just things that needed to be monetized. And I didn't want any part to play in that, and it was their license in my book, and I nearly gave up. But during that entire time, there was loads of people that stood out, but one group of people for me stood out brighter than anybody else, and that was Basic Fantasy. Chris Gonnerman put out a manifesto, and the Basic Fantasy project, which is an actual thing, which is all the community. It's not the game, it's not the things they release, it's the community that exists around it, got behind it, and I watched this happen from a distance, and it was just amazing to see all these people give so much of their time and energy into making sure that their game was free forever for everyone. And I'm a big open source fan. I use Linux. I love open source software. I love the idea of it. And everything they've done so far has just been fantastic. And they decided to release the game as Creative Commons share alike, which means you can do what the hell you want with it as long as you share it under the same license. And that's what I want to do with our game. I want to release it as Creative Commons share alike. I want to create an open source project similar to Basic Fantasy. They lit the torch when the room was dark, and I want to try and follow suit. Obviously, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be smaller, but things start small, and I just think what they did was amazing, and that's what I want to do with this. So how does this work? I've created a new website called OS Reign, osreign.com. There'll be a link below. You can go there. It's a really simple site. It's been created in the last week. It needs a lot of work. But on that site, there will be a downloads page where you can download the game in full, the PDF, for free. You can download the player's guide for free, and there'll be more downloads being added there. Take it, use it, enjoy it. But the game is going to be rewritten. So first off, when I say that, don't panic if you've bought the game already. The game isn't going to change in how it plays. Your copies that you have will be absolutely usable regardless of what gets released. So don't panic. But I'm going to need to rewrite a considerable part of the book in order to excise that the OGL beast, to get rid of it. I'm going to be doing that live on the forums there. I'll be getting input from people as we go, but the game will stay the same. The rules will be the same. It will play the same. It just means that things like the spells are going to need to be rewritten. This is by far the hardest way I could do it. There's lots of ways I could have done this that would have been easier. But if I'm going to build a proper foundation for what I would like this game to be, which is a community-driven free project of kind of coolness, then I need to do the hard yards now. So on there's forums on the website. The reason forums, because again, I've been like stalking Chris Gonnerman without him knowing. If you watch this, Chris, thank you. Forums have history, and they're a great way to develop ideas. And then them ideas will always be there and always be catalogued. And that's not the same with Discord and stuff like that. So if you've got stuff that you create and you want to share, you'll be able to do that there. If there's enough good stuff, then we'll have pages where people can download it. There'll be community pages, and then there'll also be probably official release pages. In the rewriting of the game, I'm probably going to template things a little bit more to make it easier for people to create. We're going to put all of our content creation kits there. I'm new to this, so I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll learn this together. But that is going to be the hub of the game, and it's osreign.com. And that's going to be kind of like the OS Reign project, I suppose. And the reason I picked that is OS is Olde Swords Reign, obviously. There's an idea of another book that I want to release, which I'll do there as well for free. And then there is also the idea of open source as well. So yeah, so go along there, get involved. There's nobody there yet. Maybe you could be the first to say hello, and be part of the project if you want. If you don't, just go there and take the books. Now, remember, again, if you're buying the books, I will be releasing new versions of them when I get them done, but you can follow the progress of that on the OS Reign site. And that's kind of it. So if I'm going to summarize, the bad people at Basic Fantasy Project made me give my game away. And it feels pretty damn good. So I hope you come along for the ride. Take care.